Hello everyone, it's Monday the 15th of August and welcome to another one of Alan's angling adventures, and today is going to be a carp session. My fifth attempt at trying to catch a river carp. I've had 4 goes at it and I haven't had one yet, so this is my 5th attempt and I should keep going until hopefully I do manage to catch one day. Maybe it'll be today, who knows. Those of you that know the river will probably be able to tell behind me there where we are. Mockbridge, that's where we are, and I'm going to be fishing. This wasn't the swim I was going to be fishing. I was going to be fishing further up, but apparently there's an electric fence put all the way around the outside of the field. And it's awkward. I'm not going to chance going through that. So really what I needed to do, I think, was to have gone on the other side of the bank, walked all the way up, across a bridge, and then back down this side again, which I could have done, but flipping hell, it's quite a walk. And I saw several swims down this end which look absolutely brilliant. They really do. This looks really good here. So I'm going to give this a go here anyway, and we'll see how we get on. Now, those of you that watch my videos will know I fished the Chess stream last time, and it was a fair old trek down to where the stream is from the public footpath. And when I was fishing there, I looked over in the southwest direction and noticed that there was a gate, or what looked like a gate, far off in the distance in the left hand corner of that field where I was fishing. So I thought today I'm going to be going past where I think that gate was, which is only just up the road from here, and as I've come past I've realised I think I can get down to the Chess stream far easier than I did last time, just by going over this gate, and it brings me into the field where I was fishing, or probably the next field on actually. So that's a bit of really good news. So next time I fish the Chess stream, which I definitely will again, but it'd be in the autumn or winter, that's how I'm going to get down there. It'd be much easier than going the way that I went. But anyway, enough of me waffling on. I'll run you through the baits a bit later because I've got to set everything up, but I will just show you what particles I'm putting into the river. Now we've got a mixture here of marine halibut pellets and sweet corn. That's what I'm going to be putting in there, which I'm going to do now actually before I set up. So I've got 2 rods with me. I'm going to be fishing one slightly to the left and the other one probably to the right against those reeds on that bend there over the far side there. Well, we'll see how it goes anyway. Obviously there's a chance of a tench or bream here as well, but carp is my target species, my 5th attempt, and we'll see how we get on. Hopefully we can catch one, or catch something anyway. So I'll catch up with you in a minute when I'm all ready to start fishing. See you soon. Time wise, it's a couple of minutes to 1. I'm all set up and ready to go. I've baited the swim, or a couple of swims around there. Oh, it's hot. Got to be a bit careful, there's a herd of cows over there. I hope they don't come this way, but hopefully we'll be alright. I think we'll be alright anyway. Yeah, I've got me rods set up. The 2 rods I've got with me, on the left hand rod, on the rod nearest to me, is a Fox Warrior, and on the other rod, let's get this one right. This is the one my grandson bought me for my birthday, and this is a DM Carp 11 foot. So it'll be christened today, hopefully, making its debut. Let's see how we get on. I've seen there's a lot of bubbles out there, but they could be tench and bream, but we'll see how we get on anyway. So I really look forward to this. I'm So it's nearly 1 o'clock now. I've got my torch with me. I'm going to be fishing, might fish into dark, I'm not sure. But I should certainly be here this evening anyway. No doubt about that. I should be here this evening. So I should be fishing here at least till 7 o'clock. And we'll see how it goes. I'm really excited about this one. So I don't carp fish very often, as you know, if you watch my videos. But I like to give it a go in the summer months when I'm on holiday and that. There's just quite a bit of heavy gear to bring up with me, although I've limited myself to, you know, as much as I can with what I've got. So I won't keep the camera on all session, because if I'm going to be here a fair while, I don't want the batteries to run out. So, well, there's a lot of bubbles out there, I'll tell you. It looks like potential bream feeding. So I think I'm going to get out there anyway. But it's carp is what I'm after, but if not, then I'll take anything. You know me. If I get a carp, if I get a tench or a bream, I'll be well happy with that. So, right, let's get out there, and I'll see you in a minute when I'm actually fishing now. Got both rods out. Now the left-hand rod, I've got a snowman set up on a lead clip. And on this right-hand rod, I've got 6 grains of sweet corn on a hair rig. It's on the right hand rod. Now the left hand rod is out. You see these reeds over on the left hand side there into the water. I'm just a couple of feet that side of the reeds, and on this one I am about a couple of feet away from that bank on the corner there of the reeds. So we'll see how it goes. I am looking forward to this. Always do anyway, no matter what sort of fish I go for. But this is, this is my 5th attempt now at trying to catch one. I've had to go twice at the lock, one at Stretton and once at Betley Bridge. So I like the look of it up here. It looks absolutely brilliant up here. So I was going to fish further up, but because of that electric fence up there, it would have meant me coming all the way back over the bridge on the other side of the bank with all my gear right up to the end there, and crossing another bridge and coming back down again, which I could have done. So I will fish it, but next time I'll know that I can't. It's awkward getting up there on this side of the bank. There's going to be a lot of sitting down today and just watching those rods. Hopefully we can get something. So I'm hopefully I'm going to be here till 7 o'clock-ish, half 7. We'll see how it goes, and we'll take it from there. So I'll keep you updated on what's happening throughout the session, as I always do. There's no point in me keeping. There's a lot of bubbles out there now. No point in me keeping the camera on for a long time when there's nothing happening. So yeah, so I'll catch up with you and I'll give you an update as the afternoon goes on. I've got my reel set so they can just about take line. I don't want them screaming off too much, too easily, but at the same time I don't want it, you know, so that they can't take any line, otherwise I'm going to be in real trouble. 12-pound breaking strain is what I've got on these reels, which I can probably just about get away with. Really 15, 16 is what I probably really need, but 12 you can probably just about get away with that. I certainly wouldn't use anything less than that, not for river carp. The last time I had that carp session, which was at Betley, I ended up with a couple of nice bream. That was quite late in the session actually. I think if I do happen to get a run on one of these rods, I won't waste any time trying to switch the camera on at the same time. I'll just have to take it. Obviously if the camera is on when I get if I get something, then great, it'll film it. But if it isn't and I get a run on there, I will have to forfeit the footage of showing you me playing it, and just hopefully try and get it in and show you what I've caught afterwards. But we'll see, we'll see how it goes, if I get anything at all. As I've said before on my carp fishing videos, I cannot pre-bait. I cannot get up near the pre-bait, so whether there's any carp here or not, I have no idea. I haven't seen any, but that doesn't mean to say there's none down there. I'm really pleased that I found another way to get into the chest stream, which is much easier. So anyone that wants to fish it that doesn't know, basically we're at Mockbridge here, right? And probably, if you're in your car, it's probably about barely a minute just down the road. You'll get to a road which I think is a no-through road. If you turn left onto that no-through road, don't go down now, but directly on your left-hand side of that no-through road is a metal gate. Now you should be able to climb over that quite easy, and you're in the field then where the chest stream is. That's certainly what I'm going to do anyway next time I go there. So that's brilliant. That means I can definitely get there a lot easier now, which means I'll certainly be back there again in the autumn to give it another go. Because it was knackering, I tell you. So I rode up to, which is Furners Lane, in just off the high street at Henfield. Go down Furners Lane for literally about 5 minutes. You'll go past a field, and then once you've gone past this field, there's a public footpath. You go down the public footpath through this woodland, and then from then on you go for about 5 or 6 pretty large fields, all the time heading in a northwesterly direction. As long as you're heading in a northwesterly direction or northerly direction, you will eventually get to it. There's a couple of ditches you have to go across, which ain't easy with all your gear and the bike and that. But so it's probably about half an hour walk from the public footpath. There's definitely bream or tench feeding out there. I'll give you a good close-up of this swim. I mean, this is to my right-hand side. It's a really nice swim, this. It's not particularly deep here though, I don't think. It doesn't seem that deep. I have it down there. I've been fishing for nearly 45 minutes. No sign of anything yet, which I didn't expect there to be. What I might do, I might bait up an area where these lily pads are, just for a bit later, if nothing is happening at all down there. It gives me another option, another swim that I've baited up. I might actually do that. Bait up down there or something. Yeah, bait wise, as I say, I've got sweet corn. I've got a mixture of different sizes. Krill pop-ups, those. Pink. I've got a purpley colour monster crab and halibut pop-ups, all various sizes. I've got those. I've had these for years. Ringers, assorted pop-ups, different sizes, different colours. Got those. I've got a few halibut pellets, Sonia baits. I've had them knocking around for quite a while. This is what I've got on the hook at the moment, or on the hair rig, monster crab boilers with one of these as a pop-up. I've also got some krill boilers there, and some more. I think these are krill boilers as well, but different size. And I've also got one or two other bits and pieces as far as boilies are concerned in there. So I've got plenty of variety, and what I should do, leave it out there for about an hour, hour and a half, bring it in, and then I should put something different on there, different one, and try it like that, and see how we go. Well, 2:15 now, so I've been fishing for about an hour and 15 minutes. No sign of anything yet, not a touch, nothing yet. So I've no idea what this swim is like for carp fishing. I don't know. You know, it's all trial and error with me with this. You know, I don't really. So this is my 5th attempt at trying to catch a river carp. And out those 4 attempts that I've had, I've blanked 3 out of 4 times. I just had those 2 nice bream on the last one, but apart from that, I've blanked on all the other 3. Not even a bite. Well, I might have had a bite, I don't know. Might have had a touch, and I think it might have been at Stretton when I fished, when it was really flooded. Well, that's a little bit fresher today. It's still sticky, still very warm. I've bought my waterproofs with me today, my leggings, my jacket, just in case of a shower, because you don't know, you know, there is a possibility of one today, but I think looking at the weather forecast I should be alright. I think tomorrow, Tuesday and Wednesday are particularly Wednesday, are the 2 days where we're more likely to get some showers. Well, it's 10 to 3 now, so I've been fishing for about an hour and 50 minutes. No sign of anything yet at all. I should be more hopeful this evening. Hopefully, that's when I think there's more of a chance of getting something, you know, around 6, 7, 8 o'clock. Rather than, you know, the middle of the day sort of thing, or early afternoon. I think what I'm going to do in a minute, I'm getting a bit hungry, so I'm going to have my dinner, which is a late one today, about 3 o'clock. I should probably bring the rods in, rebait up again, and cast out and have a bit of dinner. Well, it's 25:03 now, and I've got one, but not a carp. A nice fish though. A bream, 3.5 pound. Quite an half take off. Bloody hell, I thought it was a carp for a minute, the way it took off. Whew. Put up a scrap, I tell you. Look at that, look, 3.5 pound. Cool, fantastic stuff. I'm well pleased with that. I'm off the mark. Not the target species, but I'll be well pleased, mate, with anything. I really will. That's on sweet corn, on my new rod that my grandson bought me for my birthday, so I'm well pleased with that. Brilliant. So we're off the mark with a bream of 3.5 pound. Right, I'm going to get her back in this heat. I'm not going to keep her out too long. That's great. Let's see if we can catch something else. I'll tell you something though. One thing I've really noticed is that these river bream put up a lot more of a scrap than what they do in the lakes and that, in still waters. It's more like just bringing in a lump, innit? You know. But on the rivers, I'll tell you that dinner, I put up a scrap. I wasn't sure what it was to begin with. The amount of times I decide to sit down and have something to eat when nothing's happening, and that's a sure sign, a sure thing that when you do that, something does happen. And it did this time. That's not the first time it's happened to me actually. Several times that's happened when I've sat down and had something to eat. The old rod's gone. Oh, it's brilliant. At least I haven't blanked anyway. I thought there's a lot of bubbles, a lot of activity down there, a lot of feeding going on. I've put it down in exactly the same spot again, or more or less the same spot. I know it's not the target species, but I'd much rather catch a bream or a tench than nothing at all. It's 20 to 4 now, so I've got stacks of time. And I think as that sun starts to drop, you know, hopefully, I've been feeding quite heavily with corn and halibut pellets out there. I imagine there's a shoulder bream out there. Where there's one, it's quite often more than one. Sorry I couldn't film it. My camera was up here and I was down there playing. All I thought about, as I said to you earlier, all I would be thinking about is getting it in. I didn't want to lose it. What I'll do in a minute, I'll set my camera up further nearer the rods, so that if anything else happens, I should hopefully be able time to switch it on. But sometimes just in that split second when you turn round to switch the camera on, or fiddling about trying to switch the camera on, and you've got a decent fish on, you lose it, you know. So I'd much rather get it in and show it to you. But it did put up a scrap. It actually, it was only down there, about halfway out there, and that's where I've put it again this time. That was on a string of, oh blimey, must have been about 7 or 8 grains of corn. So I've got these brilliant hair rigs. I love these hair rigs I've got, because they've got a long hair on them, so you can get plenty of, you know, you can get a big bait on there. When you're using these hairs of about an inch, I find I struggle to get a boilie on there. I know it all depends what size you use, but anyway, I'll update you again a little bit later. 20 to 4 now. I'll update you again in about half an hour. It's semi-tidal up here, I think, and it looks to me like the tide is coming up. The water's been flowing from right to left that way. It's now coming back that way now, and a little bit of debris coming up with it, but shouldn't be much of a problem really. About half an hour since I had that bream. That's really gave me a lot of hope though, for, you know, around evening time, early evening, dusk. Oh, fish just topped out there. Don't know what that was. That flipping duck, he's been there for hours. He won't go away. Still, it's nice to see a duck on the water. A few ducks, there's a family of them up there. You don't see a lot of ducks on this river. I don't anyway. You know, if you do get a few swans, but I don't see many ducks. So it's nice to see a family of them up there. I wondered for a minute, you know, when I had that bream, could this be my first carp? You know, it wasn't, but I enjoyed the fight. It was a good fight, actually. You know, for a bream, for a river bream, they're a completely different breed, really, to the lake bream. As I said earlier, it just feels like you're bringing in a dead weight sometimes on a lake with bream, but not here, not on the river. They do put up a scrap. Lovely old bridge, Mockbridge. Really is. You see how, you know, how down the water is, how the water levels have dropped. But this is an absolutely lovely spot to fish. This is alright, you've got the sound of the traffic and that nearby, but I can put up with that. There's certainly plenty. If I want to get some more bait out there, I think. It's just gone 4:15 now. Nothing else yet. I'm hoping to have one more session before I go back to work. I'm off all next week. Then I go back the following Thursday after next week. So I've got all next week off. So weather permitting, I'm hoping to have another session. Don't know where yet. Might even be another carp session, I don't know. I'd like to have a float fishing session here as well on this particular swim. It's far more accessible on this side of the bank than it is over there. It's not that difficult to get over. There's just an iron fence over there. You just lift your stuff over and climb over. It's not really much of a problem. Yeah, I must say it's come up a fair bit. It's only about a foot away now from my rod stand. Down there. Once again, there's no sign of any other fishermen here at all, not one. It doesn't matter where I fish on this river, I hardly see anyone, hardly see any anglers at all. It doesn't matter whether I go on a Sunday or in the middle of the week. It seems to make no difference. Yes, the old tide's coming up now. It's fairly deep out there now. I'm holding out some hope. So once this tide reaches its peak and starts to drop again, that's a good time to fish it. And also, as I say, once that sun goes down a bit, I think anywhere after 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock-ish, half 6, somewhere around that time, you know, and both should coincide with one another as well. Once the tide reaches its peak and starts dropping, so it's 20 to 5 now. Now I've got both rods out in a very similar area. This bit of slack here, I've got one right in the slack down there to the left, and the other one on the right hand side is on the edge of the crease between the slack and the faster water which is coming that way, right on the edge of it. So my thinking is that any fish coming up there now will hopefully go into this little area here, away from the main flow of the river. There's definitely a bit of slack there down there. It's still going to come up a little bit more, but hopefully not too much. Now, this is everything I like about river fishing. This is absolutely beautiful. Even when nothing's happening, you know, I just love sitting here looking, just watching the water. It's great. So much more going on, so more interesting than sitting there looking at a lake or still water. I really do hope, it's nearly 5 o'clock now, I do hope that I can get something else. Well, a carp would be nice. Now, there's still a chance. You see how far up it's come, because there was all lily pads in front of me for the first few hours of the session down there. They've completely disappeared under the surface now. That's pretty deep out there now. I don't like to fall in, let's put it like that. It's nearly up to my rod stand, about another 3 inches away from it. Oh my god, look! You can hear them coming over. Oh blimey. I just hope they keep away. I'm not moving, so we just stick it out. I don't like the look of one or two of them though. Well, the cows have gone anyway, or going. All of a sudden they just turned round and started going the other way, the whole lot of them. So whether it's their tea time or not, I don't know. They were getting a bit close. They're just under that tree. And the way they stare at you sometimes, it can be a bit intimidating. I think it's nearly reached it, so it's still coming up. There's not really much point in me throwing any more loose feed out there at the moment, because if I do that, it's going to end up there, and I don't want that. I want it down here. So I should wait for the tide to settle down, reach its peak, and then I should bait up again out there. Now, I'm happy I've caught something, but it's my target species I really want, which is a carp. Now it's 5:15 now. Nothing else at the moment. It's been nearly 2 hours ago when I had that bream. The water's almost up now, I think. It's still coming up though. I don't think it's going to come up much more. As I say, once it's reached its peak, I think we've got more chance of maybe getting something then. See my rod stand down there, look well in the water. And so I've got it in that slack area to the left, both rods in that area, but nothing happening. Oh, better bring the rod stand back on it. I've got a PVA bag now on the left hand rod, filled with pellets and crushed boilies. Still waiting for this turret to reach its peak. It's still coming up. Nearly 20 to 6 now. Well, I'm in. I'm not sure what it is. It's on sweet corn again. Oh, she's holding bottom. Bloody hell, in this current. Oh, bloody Nora. She's trying to take. Oh, blimey. Just hope my tackle can stand up to this. Bloody hell. Nope. Oh, she's a lovely fish. Oh, Christ almighty. I can't bloody hold her. One thing getting her in the bloody net and getting her out. Oh, come on, you've got to get it. Please, please. So I've got 12-pound breaking strain line here. Jesus Christ, what a fight this is. Out in the middle. Oh, bloody hell. Go towards the net if I can. Oh, bloody hell. Just going for another run. I only hope the battery's lasting in this camera. I've got to get her in a minute, I've got to. I suppose the thing is, don't rush it. Come on. What a fight. Please. Please. I'm sorry if I sound a bit overexcited here, but this is unbelievable. This is... I've got a bloody thing snagged. Christ almighty. I knew they fought, but... Come on, baby, come on. Right, she's going for another run. I've got to trust this tackle that it's going to hold out. My bloody arm. This is a big carp, I tell you. I hope this is filming. I don't care if it's making me, if I'm making a pig's ear of this, I don't care as long as I get it in. Christ almighty, when is she going to tire? I'm trying to... I'm gonna try and buddy her in now, if I can. No. It's deceiving how big it is. I don't know how big it is, but it is bloody big. Still, my arm's going to drop off in a minute. If the camera battery runs out, it's too bad. I'm just going to have to leave it, and if I get it in, I'll show you it. Obviously I'll show you it. Can't get her in. What a fight. Right, come on. come on. Yes! Yes! I've done it! My first ever river carp. Yeehaw! Yee! Flipping hell. Oh, what a fight that was. What a fight that was. Oh, absolutely unbelievable. Absolutely brilliant. Well done, Alan. That's all I can say. Oh, it's a lovely fish. Right, okay. I'm going to switch off and I'm going to sort myself out, weigh it, and I'll show it to you. It's a lovely mirror. I don't know how big it is, what size it could be a double. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I'll show you in a minute. Oh my God. Oh, flipping Nora. I'm just shaking from this. I can't believe it. I've weighed it and it goes 12 pound. Just over 12. But I'm going to give it 12. And here it is. Keep still, fella. Oh, excuse me if I'm not holding it right. I'm not used to holding fish like this. Flipping unbelievable. Look at that. What a fish. And that was on sweet corn again, on my brand new rod. Look. Lovely mirror carp. Absolutely bloody brilliant. Cool, what a fish. What a scrap. Ah, oh, flipping unbelievable. It's made my day, this has. Absolutely made my day. Oh, absolutely. Oh, what a fight. I kept thinking, have I, you know, is that 12 pound line gonna... It did. It did. What a fight. I don't know whether the camera picked it up well enough, but the main thing is I got it in. My first ever river carp. I knew if I kept... I felt confident today that I was going to catch something. I did. I just felt it. Look at that, look. Oh, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, I don't care if I don't catch anything else now. I really ain't bothered. I've got what I came for. Let's give you one more shot of her. Keep still, fella. Look at that, look. Oh my God. A 12 pound mirror carp, my very first one, the River Raider at Mockbridge. What a lump. Brilliant. Ah, brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. There we go. Right, I'm not going to keep her out any longer. Lovely. Great. Right, let's get her back. Let's get her back. Oh, well, it's 20 past 6 now. I've only just got out there again. Oh, what a scrap. Oh, flipping brilliant. I'm well pleased. That's a bream of 3.5 and a mirror carp of 12. Christ almighty. I know they... And the tide's reached its peak now, so... I'm not sure what time I'm staying here till. I would have stayed here till about 9ish, 8, 9 o'clock, but now I've caught that. I'm so happy now with that. Just shows you though, doesn't it? I've said this before, you can spend loads of money on boilers and all that sort of stuff. At the end of the day, a cheap, just over £1 bag of sweet corn from Tesco does the trick. And that's what both the fish have come on. Sweet corn. A bait that must admit, I've really struggled on the rivers when I float fish with it. But when I use it on a hair rig, about 7 or 8 grains of it, my God, it's flipping brilliant. I thought that bite was different to the bream one. The bream one was sort of like that. This one, it was a run, but the rod bent like that. Oh, it's so great when when you catch what you actually set out to catch. You know, all the times I've been on this river, you know, and I always thought that one day, if I keep coming up there, keep persevering, I will catch something decent, and that day has arrived at last. Oh, I can't believe it though, £12. I knew it was big, but I didn't know, you know, I wasn't sure that it was a double or not. All I kept thinking was, don't lose it, don't lose it. But in the end, you just trust your tackle, and the way you've set up is good, is enough. And it really tested it, I tell you. So I've got £12 breaking strain, and the hair rig is £12 as well. What an experience that is. I'll never forget that. I should go to sleep tonight with that in my mind all the time. I probably won't get another one now, but I don't care. Right, I think I'm going to have a cup of tea. I'll get back to you in a minute. It's nearly 6:30 now. I've got sweet corn on both rods now. I'm not messing about with boilies. I ain't had nothing on with boilies at all. Time for a cup of tea. It's not really Carp anymore now. Yeah, it's at its height now. I mean, asking for a second one, that's being a bit greedy, I think. But you never know. Oh, I tell you, I can honestly say though, mate, I can honestly say that it's an experience I shall never ever forget. You know, I've caught plenty of carp in lakes and still waters, but they don't. That was just another whole new ball game. It was just something that was so much better than catching a carp from a still water, in my opinion. It's only what I think. Yeah, I do feel like I've achieved something, really achieved something. Catching one on the river. And net ready, just in case it does take off again. It may do. Oh, blooming duck swimming across the line. I thought that was a bite. Oh, yeah, so it's 6:30 now. I'm probably not going to stay as late as I anticipated on staying. Now I've caught what I came here for. Now I might, if I have one more session in these summer holidays, I think it's going to have to be another carp session after today. Oh, flipping hell, what an experience that was. Cool. Something just jumped out down there, I don't know what that was. £12 mirror carp, my first one at the 5th attempt. I had to have a little bit of luck really, because as I say, I haven't spotted any. I just took the chance and hoped that there was some here, and there was. And that was at the top of the tide. That was at high tide, when it was up at, you know, up at its highest. Good old sweet corn. Yeah, I think the next session I have, I'm not sure yet whether it will be a carp session, it might not be. We'll see. Yeah, it's 20 to 7 now. I'm going to give it till 7 o'clock. I'm not going to stay any longer. I've caught what I came up here for. I've got to pack up, I've got to cycle home from here. It starts to get dark earlier now, a little bit. So I'm well happy, more than happy with what I've caught. So we'll give it another 20 minutes. I always dreamed of the day that I could catch something half decent. That was more than half decent. That was really decent. Christ almighty. Imagine having something like that though on the pole. What a fight that must be on the pole. You know, and also nerve-wracking, is really nerve-wracking. It's a nice spot here though. I have to have a float fishing session here on the Waggler, on this part. Well, I ain't had nothing else since that carp. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised after the commotion it made. Another 10 minutes. It's 10 to 7 now. A most enjoyable session. Absolutely fantastic session for me, really. So, you know, that's there's still a chance of getting one more before 7 o'clock. You never know. There's fish movement out there now. You can see ripples and certainly fish out there. Seven minutes to go. I am going to pack up at 7. I could stay longer, I know that. There's a lot of bubbles down there, right down there. Probably bream feeding out there, I would have thought. I wasn't even going to fish this swim. This isn't the swim that I anticipated on fishing, as I said earlier. The one I was going to fish was right up the river somewhere. It wasn't this one. It was only because the electric fence going round stopped me from going up there, and I couldn't be bothered to walk back over the bridge again onto the other side of the bank, walk right the way up there, probably about a 15-minute walk up to this bridge, go across the bridge and come back down this side. to the bit that I wanted to fish. Yeah, look, fish topping out there now, out there. I no doubt I feel pretty confident if I stayed here till 8:30, 9 o'clock as it was getting dark. I probably would. I actually feel confident I would catch another fish, something else. But I've got to cycle back from here, and as I say, it does get dark a bit earlier now. Not that I'm too bothered about that. As I say, I've got my torch with me, but I certainly will come up here again without any doubt. I'm sure the camera's picking up the ripples in the water and the fish topping and stuff, because there are. I've got to have a float fishing session here. Normally you sort of think, oh, don't really want to fish right next to a main road, but that don't put the fish off here. They're obviously used to it. It hasn't been, I've only had 2 bites since I started fishing here at 1 o'clock. I only had the 2 bites. I've been lucky enough to hook both of them. So 2 bites and 2 fish. Right, it's virtually 7 o'clock now. So although my rods are still out, I'm going to bring them in now. So I'm just going to sign off now. And a very, very enjoyable session. I can't explain how brilliant that was. To catch my first river carp. Oh, fantastic experience. And it wasn't a small one either. It was a double of 12 pound, a mirror. So I was well pleased with that. And I should relive that again tonight when I go to sleep, when I go to bed tonight. Absolutely brilliant. Let's hope it's the first of many, because I'm off the mark now. I feel more confident now. And I think I should use sweet corn more often, because that seems to do it. Obviously boardies, you do catch them on boardies, I know you do, but for me it's sweet corn. Right, so the summary of the session: a bream of 3.5 pound and a mirror carp, my first river mirror carp of 12 pound, 2 bites and 2 fish. A very enjoyable session here at Mockbridge, as the cows are starting to make their way back again. I'm not sure when I'll be out again. I'm hoping I might be out again next week. I may be out again next week, and it might be another carp session after this. But I can't promise that yet, but I'm hoping to get out again next week. All I can say is thank you very much for watching. And thank you very much for all those that have subscribed to my fishing channel. I've at last caught something that was really, really worth showing you. Not that all the other fish that I've caught haven't been, because I have enjoyed catching all the fish I catch, whether it's small roach, gudgeon or whatever. Always enjoy it. Well, anyway, thanks very much for watching. Enjoy your own angling, and I'll see you again on the next one, which will probably be somewhen next week. Bye for now.